What's up, watchers of the Marvel Multiverse, and welcome back to the Marvelous Wave, as we continue our coverage for Spider-Man No Way Home post-release. Just yesterday, Andrew Garfield had a massive interview with Variety, where he finally spilled the beans on a lot of his roles, including that of Spider-Man, and how massive it was for him to return to the franchise overall, talking about the impact that it had on him, including the massive healing that he got to go through by playing the character yet again, especially how he left things off in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, as well as how he left things off with Sony overall. Today though, we have even more details to break down with you guys about the interview, as it's an absolute goldmine of things to talk about, especially since Andrew Garfield has been so tight-lipped for so long. So stick with us today, watchers of the Marvel Multiverse, and let's talk about what Andrew Garfield had to say about some massive returns that were originally planned for No Way Home, as well as the relationship that this older brother Spider-Man that Andrew Garfield played had with Tom Holland and his sort of younger brother in the Spider-Man interpretation. First though, we are actually giving away 4 highly posable and highly detailed figures, 2 Iron Spiders and 2 normal Spider-Man uniforms. To enter, all you have to do is like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications, as well as follow the rest of the very basic rules in the description down below. Now, let's go ahead and get into it. This comes directly from the Variety interview. The question asked, starting simple, why did you say yes to No Way Home? To which Andrew Garfield said this: I wasn't expecting to ever have a conversation again about potentially playing Peter Parker. I felt very excited just to be a fan again. But I got this call from Amy Pascal and Kevin Feige, and John Watts as well, with this brand new idea that they had. It was immediately undeniable. It sounded incredibly fun, incredibly spiritual, trippy, as well as thematically interesting. On a base level, as a Spider-Man fan, just the idea of seeing 3 Spider-Men in the same frame was enough for me. The pitch was really exciting. They said, you played this character in your way, and what would you want to explore if you had the opportunity to return to the role? If you were dumped into another universe and faced with this younger you and this older you, how would you respond to those characters? We talked a lot about mentorship. We talked a lot about brotherhood and about what it was to be an older brother, younger brother, as well as the middle brother. There's also a thing of seeing someone you love walking down a path that you've already walked down yourself, and you know it doesn't lead to the place where you ultimately meant to go. That character is isolated in his emotional experience and physical experience, but what happens when all that loneliness gets blasted open and you come to realize that you've been alone and there are other brothers going through the exact same thing as you? That's a big spiritual journey to go on. Then we just milked all of the fun that we could possibly have out of the story. The interviewer went on to ask this question: you and Tobey Maguire really did this. This wasn't a green screen setup in your driveway, and they have a profound impact on Tom Holland's Spider-Man. To which Andrew Garfield said this: we were shooting for 2 weeks, Tobey and I, but I think we managed to achieve something that is not just showing up and going hi-bye. My Spider-Man got to save his younger brother's romantic relationship and to heal the most traumatic moment of his own life through doing it for his younger brother, making sure that he didn't have the same fate. It's cosmically very beautiful. It meant getting another chance to save Gwen. In addition to this, Andrew Garfield also talked about a lot of the healing that he got to do returning to the character of Peter Parker and getting to tie up a lot of the loose ends that he had from The Amazing Spider-Man as well as The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Saying this, a lot of the conversation about this movie has been a sort of redemption for your Spider-Man. Narratively, commercially, how does that feel for you? Andrew Garfield responded with, I am so grateful. I'm just really grateful that I got to tie up some loose ends for the Peter that I was playing. I love that character, and I'm grateful that I got to go to work with these incredible actors and tie up some loose ends of my own. I got to work with this incredible director and Marvel in conjunction with Sony. It was joyful and a feeling of closure for me. There was so many unanswered questions for my Peter, where we left him. I got to step back in and get some healing for him, and also really supporting Tom Holland's Peter and honoring his character, completing that trilogy, not distracting or detracting from it. Anyway, my friends, what are your guys' thoughts on this? And what are your thoughts on Andrew Garfield commenting about the healing that he went through playing the character of Peter Parker yet again? Personally, I think Andrew Garfield absolutely stole the show out of the 3 Spider-Men, and I think that he deserves all the talk going around with the continuation of The Amazing Spider-Man 3. I think Andrew Garfield absolutely deserves a Spider-Man 3 if he wants one, and I would love to see that character explored in a different universe separate from the Marvel Cinematic Universe with Tom Holland's Spider-Man. But anyway, my friends, what are your thoughts on this? And what are your thoughts on the little pieces of this interview, as well as the healing that Andrew Garfield got to go through returning to the role? Again, my friends, don't forget to enter the giveaway. The rules are again stated in the description. As always, my friends, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll hopefully catch you guys in the next video.